Are you tired of missing those crucial shots and wondering why your aim isn't improving? Well, there are 5 habits that might be ruining your aim, and today we're going to fix them together. For those who don't know me, I'm a 3000 elo player on Faceit. I played internationally for Team USA, and I've hit the #1 rank in Premier. I've honed my skills over the years, and now I want to help you elevate yours. I'm going to teach you how to get better aim through these 5 essential steps: finding your anchor point, mastering counter strafing, improving crosshair placement, controlling your spray, and optimizing your sensitivity. We're going to start off with a tip I guarantee you've never heard before, but it can completely change your aim overnight, and that is finding a anchor point on your mouse. Now, when I talk about having an anchor point, it's really important to see how you hold your mouse, because when you are aiming, especially in Counter-Strike, you want to make sure that you're moving in a straight line across your screen with your crosshair. So if you notice that your aim is a little bit shaky when you are flicking 2 targets across the map and it looks something like a wavelength, then it means that you need to find a good anchor point on your mouse. Now, when I talk about anchor points, it's really important to find a good spot on your hand. For me, the anchor point is right here that I sit on my mouse pad. So when I do have this, I can literally just move my mouse in a good straight line across my screen, and I can always be at a good headshot level. Now, when you do find a good anchor point, you will notice that your headshot level of your crosshair placement is going to improve drastically, because when you flick to a target, even if it's a 180, you're going to keep this point of your hand, maybe just this part of your wrist, on your mouse pad, and it's also going to help you with your muscle memory as well. So instead of trying to flick and like curve and, you know, wiggle around, do whatever a lower ranked player might do, you're going to have a really good advantage, especially someone on a pistol round, where let's say I have a USP and I'm just sitting triple on a pistol round and these guys want to run out ramp. You can see that I can literally just flick left to right in these good straight lines, so I could kill the first guy and then instantly just snap to the second guy that's swinging behind them. And I don't really have to worry about if I was someone playing like in a call position, where I'm sitting here and then I'm trying to, you know, find the target with my mouse, making it very awkward for me. So having a good anchor point will definitely help your consistency a lot and really make sure that you keep that good crosshair placement and head level of your crosshair. And for a bonus tip, if you guys notice how the best aimers in the world have the best skins and you don't know where to get them, make sure you guys check out the sponsor of this video.
Today's sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 skins trading site and marketplace that provides an instant way to get new skins. My favorite thing about SkinsMonkey is that I can trade skins that I no longer want and trade it for a skin that is equal value. If you use code LouisCS2, you get a $5 bonus on your first trade. If you want to buy skins, you can get a 30% deposit bonus plus an extra 5% using my code. The link is down in the description.
And now that you found your anchor point, we can move on to the next crucial step to fixing your aim, and that is mastering counter strafing. Counter strafing is very important inside of Counter-Strike because you need to counter strafe to actually shoot accurately in the game. If you don't know what counter strafing is, it is literally just strafing in a direction and clicking the opposite key to stop. Because if I were to tap my AK like this, you can see that my bullets are literally going all over the place. But if I decide to hit the opposite key and stop, I'm going to be 100% accurate. Now, this is very important to master inside of counter strafing. If you guys don't know, I actually just played a LAN and I had the highest counter strafing percentage at the tournament, which was 98%. So I'm very accurate on counter strafing. And one of the best things that you can do to master counter strafing is literally just looking at a wall similar to this. It could be anywhere on any map and just strafing back and forth and just shooting when you completely stop. Now, when you do get advanced at counter strafing, you can kind of just strafe back and forth like this, but I would really recommend that you guys just start very slow, where you strafe, stop, and shoot, strafe, stop, and shoot. It's a very simple step, kind of like how War Owl used to give tips on opping, where it was stop, scope, and shoot. It's almost the same thing just with a rifle, where it's just literally stop and shoot. Now, if you are completely running, or maybe if you're shift walking and tapping, you will be a little bit accurate, but that's not viable in competitive situations, because if my team is executing the A site and I have flashes coming in, I want to be able to stop instantly and kill anyone holding, you know, maybe this angle towards jungle, or maybe I'm swinging towards con and I instantly see him. I want to stop on a dime. When you are practicing counter strafing, you want to make sure that you're practicing the time to stop, because inside of Counter-Strike, time to kill is very, very important, and you want to make sure that you are able to kill the opponent faster than he kills you. And the best place to start is just practicing that counter strafing. Now, if you don't know how to counter strafe, learning how to aim is definitely irrelevant, because if I'm just going to sit here and stand AFK while T's are running outside of A site, I am just an easy target to shoot. If you guys watch a lot of pro play, you'll see them always just moving around, making sure they're not standing still. They know that they are running out A. You're going to see them just ADing like this, and then when they see them, they know exactly what key to press and instantly kill them. Because if someone is swinging and you are moving, they might have to adjust a little bit onto your head, and that will slow down their time to kill, and it actually gives you the advantage. So if you guys don't like to literally just sit here and counter strafe like this, one of the best things that I can tell you to do is go download some pre-fire map, which I will put down in the description. And they also help with another thing, which I will talk about later in the video, but it's very important that you guys really do master counter strafing. You can do it in DM, but it's not that good. It's really good if you guys practice it in aimbots as well, so you actually have a target to shoot. But what I showed you is definitely just the beginner thing. So if you are new to counter strafing and you're not that good at it, just find a wall to shoot at, and then you can start to advance to the pre-fire maps and practicing it in aimbots. When you master counter strafing, the next tip is crosshair placement. Now, crosshair placement is very important because having good crosshair placement actually helps you not have to aim. If you guys watch my stream every day, you'll notice that I love to peek window with no matter what gun I have and just instantly kill anyone opping window, and I kill them a lot because of my crosshair placement. Now, if I was to run out mid looking at the ground or not knowing where to look, obviously the opper in window would instantly kill me, but since I understand where the opponent is playing, I can literally peek, counter strafe, and instantly kill him. One of the best things that I personally do is trying to find lineups of where people might play. Now, for example, on my team, I am the entry fragger, so if I was practicing entering out B, I would go into my own personal practice server, place a bot down, and try to figure out where someone might be playing. So for me, like this, if I practice and place bots pretty much everywhere someone might play, it almost helps me remember where I need to put my crosshair. So when I'm coming out here, I know exactly what line I need to choose. Now, there's a lot of times also where you might want to choose lineups for where someone might be swinging you. And one example is having a lineup for anyone peeking out ramp. I'm someone who loves to play this off angle on A since I am an A anchor, and I know to literally look at this spludge on the wall, aim below it, and that pretty much puts me on the head level of someone swinging out ramp, and then I can just instantly kill them when they swing. For another example, someone for con, if someone's swinging close, you want to aim towards the shadow. If someone's aiming far, you want to aim at this little paint spot below cat right here. Having lineups for your crosshair just for the headshot angle is very important, especially if you're new to crosshair placement. Now, another way that you can practice crosshair placement is pretty much just adding tips that I talked about earlier in the video, where you have that good anchor point in your mouse where your crosshair isn't going down or up, and that can help you a lot because it's not going to make your crosshair move around. Now, some people have different styles of crosshair placement. For example, someone like Donk, if he's going to clear mid, he's going to hug the wall with his crosshair like this and just instantly kill them. Now, that's something that you can do on land very easily, but if you are online, it can almost be a disadvantage. So since a lot of you guys are playing online, I don't really recommend you guys like dragging your crosshair on a wall. One thing that I would recommend is pre-aiming through the wall. So if I know someone is underpass, instead of hugging my crosshair on the wall, I'm going to pre-aim him behind the wall and just instantly peek him. You can see that this is so much easier because I really don't have to aim at all. I just have to almost envision where the opponent is. So if I know someone's under window, I'm peeking like this and just pre-aiming where he will be instead of dragging my crosshair on the wall. If you guys learn how to pre-aim, you're going to have a lot easier time entering on any site that you want to entry. Like for example, if I know someone's playing default, instead of me swinging like this, I'm going to literally just pre-aim where he is and peek him as fast as I can, because me peeking in a straight line as well also makes it look like I'm faster on their screen than if I'm rounding the corner like this. So you want to also keep that in mind as well. But my biggest tip for pre-aiming is just envision where someone might be playing, and you'll notice that once you start envisioning where they might be, it's going to be a lot easier for you to position your crosshair and kill them even instantly, because if you imagine that they are there on your screen, you're not going to be caught off when they're actually peeking you at all. Now, I do have some tips that can help you with your spray control. Now, a lot of people like to learn how to control all 30 bullets of the AK spray, and the pattern looks something like this, where it's going all the way up and then over to the left. Now, obviously, to counter the recoil, you're just pulling down and then going towards the right, and you kind of have to learn to go from left to right in whichever direction it is. Now, learning the full 30 bullet spray is good, but you don't need all 30 bullets. The people that are trying to learn all 30 bullets are just doing it completely wrong. So if I was talking to a new player of Counter-Strike and they wanted to learn the recoil of a weapon, I would suggest to them to just learn the first 10 bullets of the spray pattern, and the AK would look something like this, where you can see I kind of shot a little too fast, but almost like this. Now, in reality, in a competitive game, you should be able to kill someone before you even have to pull to the left. So if I'm shooting at someone, it would almost look something like this, where I'm pretty dead center on the target. So if I saw this guy right here, you can see I instant headshotted him. But if I saw this guy, I would literally just spray him, and it really only takes 4 to 5 bullets. Now, the best way to learn the recoil is playing on a workshop map called Recoil Master. It's probably one of the best maps that you can use to learn the spray patterns of every single weapon. And it's also going to help you you learn the first 10 bullets of every spray. There's a lot of guns similar to the AK where you literally just have to pretty much pull straight down and to the right to instantly kill. There's also guns like the M4A4, which is literally a straight down pull when you are spraying at someone, and it's very easy to kill them. As you can see, I can just pull straight down and I pretty much have that tight circle of recoil that you really need when you are spraying at an opponent. And if you are using more than 10 bullets on an opponent, that means you need to go onto the workshop map and practice your spray, or you could do something like I am doing right here and just practicing pretty much in a server all by myself. You can even see with the A1S, just pulling straight down will literally guarantee you a kill. Now, one thing that is important that will help your aim, since we are talking about spraying, is knowing when to spray. Now, a lot of times when I'm playing in my Faceit plugs, I'll see people trying to spray people up cat like this, and that is not what you should be doing. Trying to keep a tight spray pattern at long distances is very, very bad. So it's important that you know a good distance of when to spray and not to spray. So if I'm playing, you know, let's say default on A right here, if someone comes out Tetris, this is a good spraying distance where you can pretty much spray them down. You can see my bullets are still pretty tight at this angle and they're not going too crazy. Now, if someone is peeking me at a headshot angle in con right here, one of the worst things that I could possibly do is try to spray someone down. You can see I have bullets laying on the ground here, and these are kind of just everywhere on this back wall, which means I probably won't kill him, or I might just dink him. So when you are up against headshot angles, you want to make sure that you're just tapping away at any enemy, no matter what the distance is. Now, if someone, let's say, has, you know, some weird headshot angle somewhere towards A site, let's say Apex right here, I would really recommend, if you're a newer player, to tap at anyone that is playing this angle. But if you're more experienced and have a lot more hours, spraying at this angle isn't really bad. You can see a lot of my bullets would probably hit him. I missed 4 bullets right there. But if you are newer to Counter-Strike, I would really recommend to just tap this guy. You know, make sure you're moving around a little bit or playing around like triple or default so you can tuck if you do start to whiff on him a little bit. I think everyone knows that when you are spraying any gun, crouching will make your spray a lot tighter and more accurate, but you don't want to always crouch. One of my favorite things to do inside of Counter-Strike is when I do decide that I do want to spray somewhere, I will start to crouch and stand up because it makes my spray a lot tighter for that split second that I need, and it also makes me mobile. If you do commit to a crouch when you're spraying like this, it makes it a lot harder for you to get away if there is more people starting to run at you. So let's say, for example, I am playing towards the default side and they're doing a con split. If I sit here and start spraying, someone is going to instantly trade me. But if I see a guy instantly tap, I can get away a lot faster. So crouching isn't bad if you know that there is literally just one person in front of you. But if you don't know what's going on and maybe you're just sitting here trying to spray people coming out ramp, you're going to get traded because you become that easy target. Now, one thing that you can do when you are spraying is do the donk slide, where you swing and see someone and just instantly hit the opposite key and crouch slide. A lot of people love to crouch slide inside of Counter-Strike because you're not that statue target that makes you easy to hit, like this bot in ramp right here that's just standing still. He's very easy to hit, and a lot of people don't practice tracking inside of Counter-Strike. So if you can just sit here and spray while moving, like if I see someone in Palace right here and I just, like, you know, maybe he's like just spray away like this, I'm going to be a lot harder to hit since I am moving. So that's just something that you guys can definitely abuse. Now, mastering spray control is a game changer, but if you really want to see improvement, you'll need to focus on finding a good sensitivity. Now, in order to find a good sensitivity, it's really good to load into a workshop map like aimbots and practice on bots to find what's really comfortable for you. My current sensitivity right now is 0.96 at 800 DPI. Now, it could be different for you or for anyone else, but it's very important that you find a good sense, and I can actually show you guys how you can find the perfect sensitivity for you. So if you have a sensitivity, one thing to test if it is good is literally just trying to track a bot. So if you can stick your crosshair on a bot while moving left to right, it shows that that sensitivity is pretty good for you, because that means you have really good control of that sensitivity. Now, a lot of people have high sensitivity where they might be like jagging around the bot like this, or maybe not be able to focus on it, and that is definitely a big problem because that also means your tracking is probably bad as well. A lot of people think aiming in Counter-Strike is just flicking to bots just like this, but that's not all there is to it. Everything we talked about in this video pretty much combines how you can become a good aimer and all these habits that you guys need to fix. So one thing that you guys need to do is play around inside of aimbots, keep trying a good sensitivity, and try to find the one that you can just track this bot or any other bot inside of this workshop map and just make sure your crosshair is staying on him. And once you have that, then you can start to kind of play around with flicking to other targets and see if it feels really good. It's actually a fact that muscle memory doesn't exist inside of gaming, so you want to make sure that the amount of pressure that you're using to flick to a target feels comfortable for you, and it also feels consistent. Because if you can just flick to a bot in this distance but over flick if it's a little bit too far, you either need to just practice the amount of pressure that you're using to flick to these bots, or you just need to lower your sensitivity, or maybe you need to put your sensitivity a lot higher if you're under flicking. But one thing that I really do recommend is that when you do find your sensitivity, you do want to make sure that you flick very quickly to the bots, because time to kill is so important that if you are flicking at this speed, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So whatever sensitivity you do find, make sure that you can teach yourself to be quick with that sensitivity, so then you can instantly flick to anyone that is on your screen. Now, those are all the tips that I have for you guys. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys like the video, comment down below of any habits that you don't know how to fix, and I will definitely try to help you out on that. And then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.